Good evening, sports fans, and welcome here from Gary Wheeler Field at Lithian Driveway Park in Medford. For the first time in over 1,300 days, women's soccer is back at Rogue Community College. Well, we welcome you and we thank you for joining us. A little bit windy here. We even had a little slight shower or two here a little bit earlier and a couple of little thunderclaps. But other than a little bit of wind, everything is looking pretty good in terms of being able to do that. I would contrast this to what the expectation was early in the day, that we figured we would be fighting off heat and smoke, but thankfully the cloud cover here in Medford this evening has given us some good temperate weather conditions as far as the temperature goes. And then, of course, with the game of soccer, rain, snow, or sun, they're going to play the game anyway. The main thing you have to concern yourself with, if anything, on a night like this is there is that possibility of a thunderstorm or a little bit of a problem with the smoke. But thankfully, throughout most of the day, the air quality index has been in the good category, and it's right at about moderate right now. Tonight, the Ospreys will lock horns with College of the Siskiyous. The Eagles have made their way up from Weed, California, and both programs will be getting their first taste of live game action this evening. Also tonight will be Victor Martinez Appreciation Night in honor and recognition of Victor Martinez, something of a local legend growing up through the years, playing in the Rogue Valley Timbers club system. Also a star, one of the all-time standouts at Phoenix High School. And then he played here for the Ospreys last season. Back on June 23rd, after a months-long battle with colon cancer, Victor passed away. But to show the love that the community had for him, his celebration of life was held right here at this venue. Amazing turnout and just a lot of love for the guy. And certainly RCC, the athletic director, Darren Van Lin, and our coaches, Greg Millick and Gavin Wilmot, want to take that moment to recognize and remember somebody who was such a part of the scene here and had such a passion for life and for the game of soccer. So we'll be bringing that, and we'll explain some of those things as they go along. We're minutes away from match time. Talking a little bit with Coach Wilmot as got the roster and the starting lineup for him this evening. Very much a local flavor to this team. I see names on here very familiar to soccer fans here in the Rogue Valley. Players from Eagle Point, from Crater, Ashland, and also have a number of players South Medford, and also a couple of faces familiar from the Grants Pass area. Right now, both squads getting ready to take the field, and let's go ahead and quickly give you the starting lineup. First of all, can't get the graphic to come up. But anyway, I'll go ahead and give that to you verbally. Starting for the College of the Siskiyous will be, hang on one moment. All right, just a quick heads up from Darren Van Lin, athletic director. We'll be here shortly doing a moment of silence in the women's match. I know in the men's match this evening, Victor wore number 8, and in the 8th minute of that match, they're going to stop, and we're going to take a moment to send up a loud cheer as you get a feeling, if such things can be done, that Victor's looking down upon this event and tonight and enjoying it and letting him know we remember and we love him. The starting lineup, and again, I'll try to see if I can't get that to come up for you. And I can't. But anyway, for the Eagles, starting at goalkeeper will be Haley Chapman. And then at forward will be Alexa Luquin, a forward out of Mount Shasta. At defender is Sofia Impolskaya. And here is Darren Van Lin.
Ospreys soccer season. Tonight's matchup with the women's soccer taking on the College of the Siskiyou Eagles is the first match for our women's soccer program in almost 1,400 days. This evening we are also celebrating the life of one of our student athletes who sadly passed last June, Victor Martinez. Before this match begins, we would like to take a moment of silence and think about all of the great times that we had with Victor out here on this pitch. Thank you. Victor, we miss you. We know you're watching. We hope everybody out there has a wonderful evening and remembers to play with joy. Let's get it on.
All right. So let's go ahead and get back to the starting lineups as everybody begins to take their places. Again, for the Eagles, we have Sofia Impolskaya, a defender. She wears number 6. Wearing number 9 will be midfielder Sophia Coleman. Zariah Rothschild is a defender wearing number 10. Asia Hendricks is a defender wearing number 11. Alyssa Harrison is a freshman defender. Litzy Ochoa wearing number 16 is a defender. Also the lineup is Natalie Paredes, a midfielder, number 17. And number 21 is Sydney Hillary, midfielder wearing 21. The Eagles coached by Ed Kephart and assisted by Jake Leeper. As for the Ospreys, the goalkeeper, Esme Barnes. The defenders, Alexa Clark, Reagan Hussey, Mackenzie Christensen. Midfielder is Emma Bone. Defender, Haley Burton. Sophia Rodriguez is a midfielder. Sophia Jacobs-Sorsay is a midfielder. Forward is Gabrielle Heverly. Marlene Pena wears number 11, and Mary Hoyland, number 17. The Ospreys coached by Gavin Wilmot, assisted by Katie Erno. Opening moments of the match, things just underway. Teams going through a little bit of that feeling out process. Both teams with blue and white in their color schemes. The Ospreys in their home white uniforms this evening. Ospreys working it around, everybody getting touches on the ball. They'll switch it right. Over on the back line, Hussey there from Eagle Point. Eagle free kick. Actually an inbound there, Alyssa Harrison. She has a touch on the ball right now, but it is tapped away by Mary Hoyland. And if memory serves me correctly, Hoyland comes to us from Marist High School up in the Eugene area. Up the sideline, the Ospreys go. A little through ball there. Touch on it just a little bit heavy. Reeling it in is Rothschild. We'll see if we can't... they can't get the ball moving around and... get some touches on it. Always on opening night, a lot of adrenaline. Kind of expect maybe the touches on those first few passes going to be a little bit heavy. A little bit of excitement. And then they settle in. Of course, both of these 2-year schools. So even for a program like College of the Siskiyous that's been around a while, you figure pretty much just about, unless there is a red shirt or two on the roster, that these are people, the whole thing turns over every 2 years. So things can turn in a hurry. And then, of course, for the Ospreys, it's been 2 seasons since they fielded a women's team. So Coach Wilmot building this program from scratch. He has quite a history with the Ospreys, former player. Then he was an assistant coach on the men's team last year, but now taking the reins of the women's program. Ospreys on the move, maintaining control of the ball is Jacob Sorsay. Ball tapped away, last touched by the Eagles. Getting set for the inbound will be number 9, Haley Burton. She'll try to go inside, looking there for Heverly. A little touch toward the interior. Jacob Sorsay has the ball and now dishes off right for Marlene Pena. Kick up field. Haley Chapman, Eagle goalkeeper, will round it up and send it back into play. Ospreys quickly get the ball back. Had a lot of possession here early in the ball game. They work it over on the right wing for Whalen. Taken away by the Eagles. But the Ospreys doing a good job, very active, first to the ball early in the ball game. We're in the 6th minute of the contest here in the first half. Jim McCoy here on the call with you. Johnny McCoy on the camera. Whalen has it. She'll have a look. And the flag is up. Offsides against the Ospreys. But it gets the Osprey fans into the match. Chapman will get ready to send it back into play. Stepping back, Asia Hendricks going to go ahead and take care of the kick. Goes straight up the middle. Back it goes to our left side. Whalen there to take it away. She'll work it middle. And then looking like she was trying to swing it left there for the Ospreys is Emma Bone. But back will go, and RCC will regroup. Up the right side it goes to Whalen. Little touch inside. A little bit of contact there with Heverly. Jacob Sorsay, now left-footed kick. Taken by Sophia Rodriguez. Early in the match, Ospreys living on the Eagle side of the field. Which, if you're Coach Wilmot, that's the way you like it. Christensen with the ball for the Ospreys. Contest a little bit there by Harrison. Whelan wearing the captain's Armband. Tries to work it, but Eagles there defensively. Quickly up the field it goes. Foot race to the ball. Hoyland gets a foot on it as Hendricks goes to the ground. They'll dish it off. Looking inside. Jacobs Sorsay couldn't quite get there in time. But she comes back around on it. Now a shot upfield, and there to field it is Chapman. RCC seemingly knocking on the door here early in the match. Ball's tapped around, and coming back on it is Burton for RCC. With the ball now is Bone. He'll go up the left side for the Ospreys. Kick upfield deflected by Hendricks. Hoyland there, though. Now a shot on net, and she buries it. Rogue Community College on the board first in the 10th minute of the match, taking a 1-0 lead. Got to be a great feeling when you haven't played in a couple of years and you start out by putting that first goal of the season away right in the opening moments of the match. Up the left side it goes. Tapped inside. Hendricks there to break it up for College of the Siskiyous. Got a foul called against RCC. Taking care of the free kick. I'm not showing a 24 on my roster. That might well be Sydney Hillary. The occupational hazards of the first match of the season. Still getting everybody settled on their numbers. And even, I'm sure, with both of these coaches, also working on and getting their players settled into their position, figuring out what everybody's role on the team is going to be. Meanwhile, Eagles trying to level it up. Over on the right wing, trying to get control of the ball is Abigail Escobedo. Ospreys get it back. Working it across from us over on the far side of the field on the left. Jacobs Sorsay. Through ball, looking in the direction of Heverly. Again, just about every player, well, I think every player on this Osprey roster, a product of a local high school. Ball bounces to the turf, and coming up on it, going upfield with it, is Reagan Hussey. Ball tapped around in traffic. Ospreys keeping control. Then a shot on the net off the top, off the crossbar. RCC looking for the early brace. Ball tapped out of the back by Litzy Ochoa. Ochoa wearing number 16. Substitution into the ball game. Coming out for RCC is Pena. And then into the ball game is Haiti Farrell. Battle the ball for the ball there by Ochoa and Heverly. It'll be Eagle throw. Sophia wearing number 6 for the Eagles, being challenged there on the ball. Coach Kephart and I were going over the pronunciation of Sophia's last name. I think we're both still working on that one. Feed upfield. Dished off. Escobedo there. And Esme Barnes, who's been a little lonely back there, will field the ball. Boot it back into play. Little line drive job. Upfield it goes. And it lands at the feet of Heverly. Battle for the ball. Won by Farrell. Just seems like very much on these 50-50 balls early in the ball game, the Ospreys winning those battles. Suggesting they've come hungry, ready to play, ready to get the resurrection of this women's program at RCC off and running once again. Breaking it up for the Eagles is Hendricks. Hendricks been very actively defensively so far in the ball game. Substitution in, and I'm not 100% once again of who 24 is. That could be Marlena Magano, who they have listed as number 2, or it could be Sydney Hillary. Number 7 for the Ospreys is Christensen. Mackenzie Christensen, RCC defender, ball out of bounds. Getting set for the throw-in is Haley Burton. Taking the feed, Rodriguez. Challenge there by Sophia. They'll switch fields, work it over to the left side. RCC has had some success working that ball up the left channel. Free kick. Rogue, they'll kick it back and forth. There on that left side. Seen her do some good work pushing the ball up the field. Lexi Clark, number 4. Got to watch her play a little bit last year on behalf of the South Medford Panthers. She's also a longtime player in the system, and we have a collision at midfield. Whistle will go against the Eagles. And Christensen will get ready to boot it upfield, looking for Clark. Taking the throw is Heverly. Heverly, 1-on-2 over in the corner. They'll swing it inside. Crossover for Whalen. Whalen, we'll see if she's got a left foot. Deflected. Ball toward the net. And taken away by Chapman and the Eagles. But RCC winning it right back. Christensen upfield to Heverly. Heverly with a couple of touches on it, looking inside for Rodriguez. Ball deflected by an Eagle defender. Try to work it inside. Whalen there, but it's broken up by COS. Quickly up the field they go. Broken up by Christensen, but deflected back, and now running up on it will be Reagan Hussey for the Ospreys. She kicks looking in the direction of Clark, but the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Eagle throw. RCC, if you're joining us late, taking the 1-0 lead. Goal scored by Sophia Rodriguez. Goal coming in the 10th minute of the match. We're at the 20-minute mark, so we're coming up on about halfway through the first half of play. Little contact there. Alyssa Harrison for the Eagles. It'll be Rogue on the free kick. Harrison there to break it up. Ball goes toward the sideline. Whalen runs upon it. Now they'll work it over. Right side for Rodriguez. Ball out of bounds. AR says it is... No. Rodriguez looked like she was going to take care of the throw there for a moment, but no, it's Eagle ball. Now the Ospreys get it back. Haley Burton with the throw. Looking inside. Tipped away. Whalen able to keep it alive. And she'll receive it back from her teammate. Looking to cross it in the direction of Jacob Sorsay. Corner kick for the Ospreys. Their first of the match this evening. Gabrielle Heverly getting ready to loft it into traffic. Low kick, broken up. Perhaps a little more shallow than what she was really aiming for. on the out of bounds. Eagle ball. Hendricks takes the feed from Harrison, and it is broken up quickly by Rodriguez. Now Jacob Sorsay with it, making a move toward the net. And there to break it up was Zariah Rothschild. Clark with the throw for Heverly. Heverly keeps it alive. Works it for Whalen. Whalen getting position on her defender. 1-on-2, crosses it, and a shot, and it's good. Gabrielle Heverly. Puts the Ospreys up 2-0 in the 24th minute of the first half of play. Whalen running up on it, up the right side. Sends it back in the direction of Burton. Burton playing that right back spot this evening for Coach Wilmot. Inside it goes. Emma Bone, Jacob Sorsay. And the ball out of bounds. Substitutions into the ball game for RCC. Number 16 is Jasmine Gonzalez. And number 15 is Quinn Emmons. First touches of the ball game, of the match for Gonzalez. Eagles with it momentarily, broken it up, and now running up on it for RCC is Reagan Hussey. Harrison will get set on the inbound. Ball upfield, Hendricks sends it up the pitch for Alexa Luquin. Heverly says, hey, you know, if two's good, one more would be even better, and trying to force the action here. Whalen. A little bit of one-touch action there with Emmons. And a shot by Clark. She gives it a good right boot. But it clears the goal. And it'll be a goal kick for Chapman and College of the Siskiyous. Clark putting that powerful right boot to work. Off frame it goes. But here again this evening, you can't tell that this is a resurrected program and that these players haven't spent years playing together. In a couple of cases, they actually have. Or they've played against each other, either in high school or club action. But this Ospreys squad off to a good start. Rogue getting set for their second corner kick of the match. Heverly and the whistle blows. Looks like the official and a little bit of conversation going on there about the contact in front of the net. Looks like Chapman is getting her hands in to the back and attempt header over the crossbar and out it goes. Eagles trailing 2-0 here in the match. We're into the 29th minute of the first half. They're with it. Looked like a momentary opportunity there for the Ospreys, and Haiti Farrell, wearing number 13, has got that brace on her arm. Hoyland with the ball. Worked it inside. Going in the direction of Gonzalez. Gonzalez lets it pass her by. Coming up at 8 o'clock tonight will be the men's match between the Eagles and Ospreys. We'll also have that for you on Table Rock Sports. And we invite you to join us for that. Victor Martinez-Knight. He wore number 8 during his playing career, and in the 8th minute of the match, they'll stop and give a cheer to the late soccer standout. Battle for the ball going on. Pair of Ospreys there with it. Escobedo working it outside, then a battle for the ball. Over there for the Eagles. As Natalia Paredes little one-on-one action in the middle third of the field. College of the Siskiyous trying to make a run. Ball takes a funky hop off the turf. And out of bounds it'll go. Not only grateful to be able to bring you RCC women's soccer for the first time in nearly 1,400 days. I'll also happy to be doing that under somewhat better conditions than we expected when the day began. Current temperature here in Medford, breezy conditions, overcast, 88 degrees. The AQI currently sits at 110, although it looks better than that from, at least as far as the eye test is concerned. But it's only at 150 that it really begins to become much of a concern. Pass out of traffic, looking in the direction of Whalen. Right winger. Ball eludes her feet. And And Harrison. They'll give it up for the keeper, Chapman. Chapman has had an active first half. On top of the goals, there's been a few other good looks that RCC has had on the net. Try to dump it off. Kicking it back and out of play there for College of the Siskiyous is Zariah Rothschild. Number 10 in the dark blue, and now that'll bring about a corner kick. Gabrielle Heverly. Third of the match for the Ospreys. Their first from the left side. Heverly with the service. Ball loose, rolls out of play. And taking care of the throw, Haley Burton for RCC. Now with it, Quinn Emmons falls to the turf. As she and Asia Hendricks very active defensively. They're in one of those center back positions for College of the Siskiyous. I'll feed it off for Clark. Clark with the return to Emma Bone. Taken away for a moment. Eagles get it back on the violation. Rothschild lays into the kick, and right there to field it is Bone for RCC. Emmons, back she goes. They're getting a foot on it. See Marlena Magana. She's wearing number 2. So again, we don't have a feel for who 24 is. That could be Sydney Hillary, who was originally listed at 21. Again, early in the season, not unusual. It's like you get a hold of a jersey and it's not quite the right fit or whatever the case may be. And now Bone with it. Bone looking in the direction of the goal. Heverly battling. There's Hendricks once again. Been calling that number 11 quite a bit this evening. "37th minute of the first half. RCC with goals by Heverly and Rodriguez. Lead in the match by a score of 2-0. Officially, this is a scrimmage this evening, or a friendly, if you will. I know for a number of years that College of the Siskiyous was a popular destination for a lot of high school football players out of the Rogue Valley. Remember some number of years ago, quarterback, linebacker for Ashland, Kevin Green, going down there to play. Substitution into the ball game. Coming out will be Burton. Now into the match, Michaela Peterson. Defender, and she'll take care of the throw. Up line she goes. Emmons there. Little battle there with Escobedo. Hillary there to do battle with Christensen. Now over to the left side it goes for Gonzalez. Gonzalez will dump it back. Hillary will win it, but quickly the Ospreys get it back. Whalen on the right wing, looking for Heverly. Heverly contested by Rothschild. Tapped away. And Heverly, one of the co-captains, along with Whalen, getting ready for the corner kick. Battle in front of the net. Little header there by Whalen. Taken away by the Ospreys. Feeding the traffic by Clark. Calls the Siskiyous trying to make a run. Hillary with the ball. Glances off of her foot. Now they'll swing it right side for Whalen. Whalen dishes off now to Peterson, who's in the ball game. And there, no worse for wear, is Chapman. But immediately there to take her boot out of the back is RCC. Barnes, goalkeeper for the Ospreys. A little trouble there with the hop. Well, just kind of lets it roll by, and RCC no worse for wear. Sophia Rodriguez with the ball, and now a foot race to the rock. Running up on it is Mary Whalen. Whalen doing battle there with Rothschild. Rothschild gets control of it, but her attempted pass upfield is taken away by the Ospreys' Quinn Emmons. Run upfield by Whalen. Whalen looking toward the middle. Jacob Sorsay back into the match. I want to say she came in just a moment ago for Heverly. Meanwhile, we got a little contact over here just in front of us. Whalen and Haiti Farrell there for RCC. A little conversation between the referee and trying to get back into the match for RCC is Marlene Pena. But she'll have to wait. Boot by Whalen, just over the crossbar. Now Pena can come back into the ball game. Emmons will come out. Pena will take one of those midfield spots. Just a couple of moments away from halftime. Chapman boots it out. Escobedo there. Hillary trying to battle for the ball. Also there for RCC is Reagan Hussey. I'll try to center it. Ball a little bit long there for Jacob Sorsay. Meanwhile, we have a foot race going on up the far sideline. Clark there gets it back to her keeper. Christensen now back to Clark. Filling one of those lanes for RCC is Emma Bone. Breaking through traffic is Jacob Sorsay. But Rothschild also there for College of the Siskiyous. Denying any thought on the part of RCC at putting a third goal upon the board. Clark, the inbound to Rodriguez. Looking in the direction of number 13 for RCC, Haiti Farrell. But back it goes defensively for the Ospreys, whom we don't have that statistic available to us. But you got to imagine that the time of possession heavily favoring the Ospreys thus far in the match. The whistle blows, signaling it's halftime. And your halftime score: the Ospreys 2, the Eagles 0. We'll take a timeout, and then when we return, we'll be back with the halftime presentation, and that will follow these messages.
Game day adventure starts at Pinnacle 365. Kick off your day with some morning motivation. Then add some crunch to your game day with mouth-watering crispy crunchy chicken party meals featuring bone-in, tenders, and wings. Make sure you remember the biscuits. You're sure to be the hit of the party when you show up with the crispy crunchy chicken party meal. Plus, with our Peak Rewards app, you can be earning savings on fuel for your next fill-up. Enjoy your game day adventures more at Pinnacle 365.
Are you an honorably discharged U.S. veteran? If so, did you know that you and your spouse could save approximately $5,000 by taking advantage of using a VA National Cemetery? You and your spouse get a grave or urn space, grave lining, opening and closing, headstone, and perpetual care, all free. Conger Morris can assist you with making all final arrangements and also help with other benefits that you and your spouse are entitled to as a veteran. Call Conger Morris or visit one of the offices.
This is Maya. As an embedded systems engineering student at Rogue Community College, Maya spends a lot of time in the lab, learning circuit design and making great connections with her instructors and classmates. By riding the bus and not owning a car, Maya saves almost $1,000 a month. RVTD helps Maya get to and from class safely and easily, enabling her to invest in her bright future at Oregon Tech. Way to go, Maya!
Don't stop! Get it! Taco puts our greatness in!
Another Dutch Bros.
Oh my god, that's so good. So worth it. Oh my god.
It's pretty freaking dope, dude. I love every single day of it.
I'm Pat Cox with Sherm's Food Stores. The employees of Sherm's are proud to be part of your community.
We have thousands of customers in our stores every day, and our checkers know a lot of them on a first name basis. They tend to enjoy what they do and they love it, so it reflects in how they treat the customer.
If you live anywhere in Southern Oregon, there's a Sherm's store near you. We hope to see you soon.
If you shop with us, you will save money.
Daily adventure starts at Pinnacle 365. Accelerate your day with morning motivation, that midday pick-me-up pit stop. Plus, earn free rewards with our Peak Rewards app. And when you buy Red Bull, Old Wisconsin Jerky, and many other items, you'll accumulate big savings on fuel. With locations in Oregon and California, we are here to keep you energized throughout the day. And with our Peak Rewards app, we'll help you travel further for less, keeping more money in your pockets. Daily adventures are better with Pinnacle 365.
Welcome back. It is halftime in the opening friendly here for the 2023 campaign. For the first time in a couple of seasons, we have women's soccer once again at Rogue Community College. And while it's a very early body of work, nonetheless, it's more fun to be up 2-0 than to be down 2-0. It's with pleasure I introduce the athletic director for Rogue Community College, Darren Van Len. Well, it seems like it's been a minute or two since we talked last.
It has been a good 8-9 months here since I've seen you out at the pitch here, Jim. But great to be back. Just heard you saying, women's soccer, it's been in the announcement here almost 1,400 days since we've had a match, so almost 3.5 years. So very excited to have them back, and great first half with a couple of goals there. So,
well, it's got to be a good thing with Gavin Wilmot at the helm that it's a guy with Osprey ties.
That's right.
Been a part of the program. He kind of knows the inner workings of it all and is kind of familiar with the happenings here. And then I also have to imagine, knowing that obviously it's a decidedly local flavor that this team has, but I think that's good for local fans, that you got somebody who kind of knows the lay of the land to start out and kind of get the wheels rolling once again.
Yeah, absolutely. You hit it right on the head there. We're super excited to have Gavin, leading our women's soccer's return. He recruited by us, played for us, transferred, did a lot of great things at Oregon Tech, interned with us, assistant coaching, really put in the time, and had what I was looking for, which is somebody who would commit to trying to prove that this community wants this team back again. And so 16 out of the 17 players on this roster are from local high schools. Over 10 high schools are represented. And I think, he's done a great job with 7 months to put together a program and do what we were hoping, which is prove that the community here wants this team back. And so I'm really excited. It's going to be a great year.
Absolutely. Well, then, of course, coming up, 8 o'clock, we'll have the men in action this evening. And one of the things I think it has to be interesting for both these schools is that, I think back a couple of years ago with the program that the men's team had and everything, and of course, pretty much all of those guys are gone. That it's a tighter cycle than at a 4-year school or at a high school where conceivably a player can play as much as 4 years. And I would imagine it really kind of has a way of keeping the athletic department and the coaches on their toes.
It really does. You're right. We're lucky if we get 2 years with these athletes. That's generally how much time you get to spend with them and send them on to bigger, better things. And so it's always looking, always thinking forward while trying to stay present and stay in the moment. In men's soccer, it's their 9th season at the helm. Coach Millick back for the 9th straight year. Renault, founder of the program. Another solid, talented roster made up of local and out of area kids. And Coming off 3 years in a row of playoff appearances for them after kind of trying to find their groove for the first 5 years there. And so, while we always have this transition, one of the things we've started to see is that embedded culture of what we're trying to do here in the family and the focus on reaching goals, setting goals, and moving forward. So I'm excited to see them in action tonight. We're, of course, doing an honor and a celebration for Victor Martinez, who was on our roster and was originally supposed to be on the roster this fall and unfortunately passed away in June. But the guys are committed. His brother is on the roster and leading us, and I think whether or not, however the season goes, we're going to have a good time. We're going to go out there and enjoy the fact that we get to play again this year. So
absolutely. Well, I think about that sense of family, that sense of community. I'm thinking about that celebration of life that they had for Victor back here in late June, and to see the turnout of his teammates from RCC, from Phoenix High School, from the States with the Timbers, and things of that nature, and him being kind of representative of the kind of athlete that you love to have in the program.
Yeah, you're right, and unfortunately, it is often times of tragedy where you see the best in people, and I was. Although it was kind of a bittersweet day in celebrating Victor, I was very happy to see how much Victor and this program meant to so many of our men's soccer players and players from years past coming to celebrate and flying in overnight to be here. And so it's what we had always tried to do, is that we're a family, we're small, we're new, we're still the new kids on the block even in our 9th year, and but we're here together. It's why we've got our volleyball team is here to celebrate men's soccer, is watching women. They'll all be here to celebrate the men when they're playing, and we're just trying to keep that family, that Ohana vibe going here at Ospreys.
Well, you talked about the women's volleyball program. There's another one. What is it? Their 5th year this year?
This will be their 5th year. Yep.
And there again, that they have they've hit the ground running, and they just continue to run. I know last year some really stiff competition in NWAC among the teams, but now I'm thinking of players that were mainstays in the program last year, who are a couple of them are at SOU this year, and you're just kind of seeing, I imagine, helping maybe a high school player catch the vision for that. This being at RCC enrolled as a student athlete can be a good springboard.
Yeah, 100%. You mentioned some great Kylie Anderson, Tessa Froge, who were fantastic for us last year, all stars, all kinds of accolades, and headed over to SOU to do great things with them, but they're a part of 11 of our 17 sophomores who transferred to play at the next level last year. And so that is one of the things that we're committed to, is trying to help people reach whatever their goal is when they leave us, right? So I think that more people are understanding the value, and like really at junior college, you're going to get a lot of playing time and a lot of exposure. And that's something that you might not get anywhere else. And volleyball's back for year 5. They're incredible 4-year start, and talented group of sophomores returning, another great group of freshmen coming from the area. So they start next weekend on the road in Bellevue, and we're going to hit the ground running here all next week. So
well, before I let you go, and I appreciate you coming out, I kind of put you on the spot here, but anyway, talk about the men and women will be hitting the road this week.
Yeah, we're going to Seattle Monday. We've got the NWAC friendlies up in Seattle there at Starfire Complex. Both men and women playing 2 matches, Tuesday and Wednesday, first 2 official games of the season. And, this is their first chance this evening to play as a full 11. So we've had limited scrimmage opportunities this year. So nice to get them out running, kind of get everything worked out before we get up there and we start making it happen for real. So looking forward to it. It's going to be a big week.
All right, Coach. Well, I think thank you, Darren, for coming by and just visiting with us. And look forward to seeing what this season holds in store.
Me too. Appreciate you guys being here, Jim. Thank you.
All right, no problem at all. Ladies and gentlemen, Darren Van Lin, Athletic Director for Rogue Community College. And always good to kind of catch up on what's going on. A lot of excitement. Always everybody, you start out the season, everybody's undefeated. So everybody's got a chance, right? So the 2 squads are back out on the pitch, and we'll get ready for the start of the second half. And again, the Ospreys with an encouraging first half, leading 2-0. But I got to imagine that road trip they got coming up, going up to Bellevue and getting a chance to play at the Starfire Complex, where the MLS Seattle Sounders do their thing. A fun experience, and that's all a part of it. Very, very few will have the opportunity to go on to the level beyond college, but they get a chance to just enjoy that, which comes with being a part of a team and working together and recognizing the fruits of all that hard work being put in to get buying into what the coaches are teaching and having that time together. It's interesting to me always how you talk with athletes and ask about their favorite memories of playing, and so many times while they'll have highlights in matches over the years, the thing that they always seem to remember the most actually are those road trips, those times together hanging out in the vans and the buses, the hotel rooms, and just bonding and doing fun things together. Battle here. The Ospreys trying to make a move. There to step in front of it for the Eagles. And I'm not showing. Okay, that would have been number 16. That would have been Litzy Ochoa. Now Hendricks will get ready to kick it away. Upfield it goes. Hillary with it. And stepping in front of it, winning it, is Lexi Clark. Gets the feed from Bone. Dishes off for Heverly. Jacob Sorsay. Back to Clark. Bone. Hooks a right leg on it. There to field it is Chapman. The Eagles a little short on depth. Only one sub on the team. So these athletes out on the pitch, they're going to get their money's worth tonight in terms of a good workout. Hendricks broken up by Marlene Pena, who wears number 11 for RCC. Cross over to Sophia right there in front of the net. As you can see by the clock, opening moments of the second half. Bone making a move toward the hoop. And she knocks it home. Emma Bone gives the Ospreys a 3-0 lead. Gaining a little separation here in the second half. Heverly dishes off Rodriguez. Whalen trying to make a move toward the center. Broken up momentarily, but once again, when the Ospreys give up the ball, they don't give it up for very long. A couple of touches and they've got it right back. Lexi Clark, former South Medford standout, with the inbound. Whalen takes a shot, and a good save there by Chapman. Whalen looking to try to get in the scoring column this evening, supporting the efforts of those have already gotten the column this evening. Rodriguez, Heverly, Meanwhile, a foot race to the ball. Harrison and Moylan there. Crossover in the direction of Heverly. She has it now. Going to work against Hendricks. Collision between Asia and Gabrielle. Harrison gets the ball away from Whalen. And the ball deflected out of bounds. And it'll be Eagle throw. Make that Osprey throw. It's always a little bit amusing to see the gamesmanship there. It's like, oh, yeah, it's my throw. It's like, no, it's not. Pena. Rodriguez. She'll go ahead and swing it around. Christensen. Sophia there. And a near steal by the Eagles. Trying to wrest it away is Alexa Luquin. RCC getting ready for their 5th corner kick of the match. $3-0 ball game. 52nd minute overall of the match. And once again, looks like we got a little jockeying for position. And feed toward the center, off the post. Whalen going to deliver it back outside. Looking inside for Jacob Sorsay. Ball tipped away. Out of bounds it'll go. And another opportunity for RCC to work on their set pieces. Delivers the corner kick. In traffic, broken up by College of the Siskiyous. I want to say that was Lukeman there to help get it out of harm's way. There with the throw is Haley Burton. Burton wearing number 9 for RCC. Send it back toward the Osprey back line. Christensen with it now. Up the field to Sophia. Bone calling for it. Sophia working it toward the edge, looking in the direction of Heverly. Asia Hendricks. one of the COS center backs. Kicks it out of the back. Back it goes, upfield, up the right side. And it'll be a throw for College of the Siskiyous. Taking the throw momentarily is Natalie Paredes for College of the Siskiyous. Ends up being tapped around, and now the Ospreys will get it on the free kick. Hussey looking inside for Bone. Ball over the goal, toward the fence. And the goalkeeper, Haley Chapman, freshman out of Wairika High School. Rodriguez with a look, being contested there by Hendricks. Shot toward the goal, looking far post. Out of bounds it goes. See Coach Nelson from the volleyball program down to our left. And now Chapman will get set to kick it away. She delivers right to Ochoa. Doesn't quite get there in time, and so Clark will take care of the throw for the Ospreys. Sophia working for Heverly. Heverly dishes off, and now good solid boot on target by Rodriguez, but right there to meet it is Chapman. Dumped off Christensen. Switches field for Sophia Jacobs. Tries to work at center for Bone. Bone fighting for the ball. Ball loose, but there's Clark. Clark on the left wing looking to center it. Has Heverly on the near side. Over on the far side, Heverly. And the Ospreys, who are nearing double digits on corner kicks this evening, get set to do another one. Header there by the Ospreys. Eagles able to clear it out, but RCC able to get it back. They'll switch fields. Rodriguez with it. Inside for Bone. Bone with a shot on frame. But Chapman will smother it and send it back into play. Whalen or Heverly. Broken up by Hendricks. Hendricks up the left side. Sofia Polskaya. And I have a feeling I'm really butchering that last name, making a noble effort at it. My apologies to Sophia and the family if I'm too far off on that. I know on those Eastern European last names that there may be a little bit of work with in terms of where you put the accents on it. I know over the years, having done names of tennis players, and now you have an ever-growing number of European players playing in the NBA, and you kind of learn on the fly with some of those. It's always a question of, is the J kind of a Y sound? You hear like Nikola Jokic. People call him the Joker nonetheless with that J in his name. And then is an IC, is it a hard ick or is it an itch? And some of that going to depend upon the player's country of origin. Keeps the play-by-play guy humble and on his toes. Feed inside to Whalen. Clark runs up on it before Chapman is able to secure it. She'll kick it out. Christensen there along with Marlena Magiana. Clark looking to her near side to Heverly. Now to Bone. Bone going to go ahead and give it a look. Wide of the far post it goes. Substitution in the ball game. Marlena Magano comes out. I believe that is Escobedo back in. Bone will go ahead and take a well-earned breather. In for RCC, looks like we've got Haiti Farrell and Quinn Emmons. Saw some meaningful minutes in the first half. I think that'll probably be the big name of the game for Coach Wilmot. Will be to keep his troops fresh. They've been in control of this match throughout. Again, another on-frame shot for the Ospreys. But Chapman steps in front of it. Emmons. And Hillary. Tussling for the ball. As it goes to the near side, Christensen over for Clark. Upfield looking for Heverly. Heverly moves in on the spinning ball. Jacob Source. Christensen back to Sophia. Forward, going one-on-one against Ochoa. Winning that one, gets position on her. Drives toward the middle. 1-on-3. dishes off. We've got Farrell there. Pena steps in. Pena down on the turf. And they'll look after her. What we're going to go ahead and do right now, we'll go ahead and take a quick 30-second timeout while they look after the injured player. And we'll be back after this message.
Hey, you know how people complain about how Dutch Bros workers are like too nice, too hyper, compliment you too much, whatever? Maybe you're not nice enough. Maybe you need to get a little Dutch Bros in you.
Time has taken its toll on your once beautiful windows. It's time to team up with Elizabeth Brett and Renewal by Andersen and upgrade your outlook on the world. Design experts like Elizabeth work with Renewal's trained installers and industry-leading products to ensure a client-friendly process. Transform the look, efficiency, and value of your property, just as these homeowners have done. Elizabeth and the Renewal team will be with you every step of the way, from design to completion of the install.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Brett. Call me at the number below to schedule your design consultation.
Why don't you go ahead and get down and get it? Thanks, Greg.
What do you do when you get injured in a motorcycle accident and you need legal help? Easy. Just go to letusfightforyou.com. That's it. Letusfightforyou.com, helping Oregonians get justice for over 40 years.
Get ready for winter's snowy, icy, slippery roads at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We've stocked up on over 100 quality pre-owned trucks and SUVs, and every pre-owned 4x4 and all-wheel drive in stock is sale price. Many are still under factory warranty or come with our 60-day, 3,000-mile comprehensive used vehicle warranty. And our finance experts are ready to help with a quick, easy, and hassle-free process with great finance options. Be safe, warm, and secure this winter.
Back to action. Sent the cameraman downstairs. He's getting the lineup for the men's game, which we will be bringing your way, scheduled for 8 o'clock this evening. So it'll be kind of a static shot here for a moment. Maybe the Ospreys will do us a favor and keep it on this third of the field. Clark able to get it back for the Ospreys. Emmons there fighting for it. And Emmons, a little discussion there between her, the lead official. Hillary. Upfield it goes. And winning it. Good battle for position there by Emmons. Meanwhile, Hussey and Escobedo, little tumble to the turf there. Fortunately, that collision not nearly as physical as what it was between Pena, who ended up needing assistance from Coach Gavin and the trainer for RCC. Emmons with it. Looking left, looking to see if maybe she couldn't feed a through ball in the direction of Sophia Jacobs Source. Figure that last name is going to either be Source, it's going to be Source, and if I kind of do split the difference, I'm at least right half the time, right? Putting everything together for today's match, it being a scrimmage, and then some questions about where we should set up in light of the weather conditions. Kind of made things interesting for a little while. But nonetheless, we are here. We're off and running, and looking forward to bringing you all the home games featuring the Osprey women and the Osprey men. Also volleyball action as well. I'll be doing a lot of those calls. I also expect that we'll also hear some from Terry Ross. Ross, the golden voice. I always say, for those of you who are longtime sports fans might remember Kurt Gowdy. Well, I say that Terry is kind of Gowdy's vocal doppelganger. But with the day job and its demands, sometimes can't always be there. Well, and then can't quite be there in two places at once. As a lot of those Friday night volleyball matches, I'll be calling Cascade Christian football games right here at this venue and sometimes on the road as well. Checking into the match for the Ospreys, Michaela Peterson. Saw her in the first half. She's going to give Clark a breather. Clark has done a lot of running this evening and has been an effective player there on that left side for RCC. "19 minutes and stoppage time left to go in this match. The Ospreys with a pair of goals in the first half, and then one in the second to take the 3-0 lead. So in the first match back, seeing action for the first time, and as AD Darren Van Len mentioned, nearly 1,400 days. And it's good to see them back in action, and they have quickly shown a nice ability to hustle, go out and win the ball, and they play with that kind of hunger that will continue to serve them well throughout the season. No doubt, you know that they're going to come across some good programs along the way, programs that maybe a little bit deeper in experience, had a little bit more of a chance to play together, and those will put them to the test, and that's all a part of the process. But a lot of these players, familiar to yours truly, having lived here in Southern Oregon nearly all my life and been following and calling local high school sports for a long time, and a lot of these athletes very familiar to me. Ooh, that's a close one. That nearly bounced home for the Ospreys, but Chapman able to stop it just in time. Escobedo steps in front of it. But there, to meet it is Christensen. Now for Sophia, Emmons there. Back it goes to Christensen. Escapes underneath the grasp of Jasmine Gonzalez over there on the right wing for RCC. It's a fast turf, and it'll take some funny hops on you. Meanwhile, a little danger in front of the net. But Rothschild able to get it out of danger. Haven't seen the ball past midfield over on the offensive side of the field for the Eagles too often. Looked like they might have a couple moments of promise. Christensen firing toward the net, but Hendricks there to deflect it away. Hendricks and Rothschild doing a nice job this evening. Handling the unenviable task of taking care of a very, at least in the eyes of this observer, aggressive Osprey attack. Little battle for the ball, one-on-one. Knocked loose. Peterson works it back in the direction of the goalkeeper, and I believe we might have Eve Links in the ball game, taking care of the netminder spot there in the second half. And if that is Links out of South Medford High School. Ochoa getting set for the inbound. She takes it on the return from Abigail Escobedo. Bone with it now for the Ospreys. Up to Heverly. Heverly works around the defender Harrison. Works it, right wing, now back toward the center. Now a race to the ball. It'll be an RCC inbound. Heverly going to go out. And into the match, Rodriguez. Peterson to Christensen. Looks like there might have been a little miscommunication there. No worse for it. Peterson. Inbounds, Emmons. Now Christensen. Bone gets a little momentary pick there from the official. Rodriguez trying to get set to take a shot, but Rothschild there defensively for the Eagles. Whelan now over on the left side. Bone will have one. And that one will sail over the crossbar. See the RCC men behind us getting their warm-ups in. They'll get set for an 8 o'clock match. So if you happen to be watching this down the way and you're in the local area, come on out. This year's edition of the Osprey men in many ways will look very different from last year's squad. Substitution for the Ospreys. Burton will come out of the match. And Lexi Clark will check in on the right side. So along that back line, you've got Peterson, Christensen, and then you also have Hussey. And now Clark. Upfield. Looking in the direction of, looked like that was Gonzalez over there. Back it goes, taken by the Osprey goalkeeper. I believe the absence of action that RCC's goalkeepers have had for tonight will about qualify them for unemployment. It has been quiet. They've been like the equivalent of the old Maytag repairman. Christensen gets ahead on it. Ochoa with the throw. Peterson with the throw. Trying to break it up for COS is Alexa Luquin. Ball upfield, Rothschild will knock it away, and that'll give the defense an opportunity to set up shop. Peterson will take care of the throw. Whalen for Rodriguez. Harrison and Clark battle for the ball. You can tell Clark, one of those defensive players that will play way forward and use that height in certain situations, and also has a good, strong boot for potential shots from distance. Stepping in front of it, there's Rodriguez to Whalen. Whalen, shield off of it by Escobedo. They'll switch fields. Gonzalez going to try to run up on it now. Can't quite get there in time. Eagle throw. Trying to send it upfield is Natalie Paredes. Ospreys on the attack. Bone dishes off. Clark. And they're almost like they had something there for a second. Haiti Farrell trying to feed it upfield and broken up by what has been a very busy Eagle defense this evening. Clark gets it back on the quick touch, but Hendricks there to break it up. Last touch by College of the Siskiyous, and it will be an Osprey throw. Back into the match, Gabrielle Heverly. Hendricks once again with the clearance. That one will go over the fence, over the road, and on to Bear Creek. Ospreys looking to extend their lead. But no, says the side official. And now Hendricks. Goal kick. Up the field she goes, looking for Lukeman, but they're deflecting it away is Reagan Hussey. So even the Ospreys defense, the defense has been pushed up and pushed forward, and they've been a big part of the action for RCC and have definitely done their job to keep the ball out of their defensive third. Christensen looking for Whalen. Whalen gathers it, controls it. Escobedo there to break it up. This match getting about ready to come to its conclusion. Christensen across to Hussey. They'll switch it right and then back in the middle. Bone. Rodriguez back to Bone. And now she'll have a look, and it's deflected, and they'll get another opportunity, but the Eagles weather the storm. With 3+ minutes to go. Lukeman will take it off the back line, try to work it upfield. Rolls back to the Osprey goalkeeper. Christensen with it. Feed to the inside wing to Emmons. Whalen on the outside. She has Peterson. Peterson through ball. Emmons not going to be able to get there quite in time, but you can see the idea that they had there. Peterson throw. Rodriguez. Crosses at center. Heverly. Bone. Bone with the left footer. And Chapman able to get her paws just on it enough to keep it out of the net. Clark wins it for the Ospreys. Taken away, and they'll try to work the left side, but once again, that Osprey defense doing its part to turn anything away in the Eagle attack. Cross, and that deflected away. If I've done a halfway decent job of keeping up, this will be the 9th corner kick. For RCC. Here comes the feed, but Harrison there to break it up. Stepping in front of that is Christensen. Now toward the middle. And over the crossbar it goes. It'll be a goal kick for the College of the Siskiyous. Off the back line, Hussey delivers it upfield. Hoyland not able to connect with it. And probably a little bit of stoppage time for the injury time taken for Marlene Pena. But we're just right at there about at the end. And once again, I think that's Lynx back there in the second half. Upfield it goes. Bone sends it on the wing. And the whistle blows. And the RCC women, playing for the first time in over 2-3 years. First scrimmage here, friendly against College of the Siskiyous, and they come away winners. 2 goals in the first half. One by Rodriguez, another by Heverly, and they got another goal for good measure in the second half. And so not only they put up goals, but also a clean sheet. So our congratulations to the RCC Ospreys, to Coach Gavin Wilmot, his assistant Katie Erno, and congratulations to them as they get off and go. Now they'll take to the road, and some of the real fun gets underway. But hey, they come away here with a nice effort tonight. Plenty of things to build on. Thought they did a lot of things well in terms of just winning balls and hustling and simple passes, doing a lot of those, good, solid, fundamental things that factor into winning formula. Well, that'll do it for us, and now we're going to get ready for the men's match that'll be coming your way on Table Rock Sports. For Johnny McCoy, I'm Jim McCoy. Thank you for joining this evening, and we look forward to bringing more RCC athletics your way here on the Table Rock Sports Network.